Hey guys, good morning. Morning for me. I'm going to be doing our daily homeschool routine. This is our, I think, 4th week homeschooling this year, and I am brand new to homeschooling. This is my very first year homeschooling my kids. My daughter, my oldest, my youngest is preschool age. I am doing a little bit more of a structured preschool routine with my youngest than I did last year with my oldest, but nothing crazy. Definitely doing more structured work with my kindergartner. So yeah, if you guys are interested in seeing our homeschool kind of flow vibe is going right now, just go ahead and keep on watching. If you guys have seen my office before, this is where we do homeschooling. I have my makeup desk in here, and then we also have like our regular like office setup. So I try to start homeschool between 9 and 9:30. Sometimes if we have appointments, if something's going on, if for whatever reason we are busy and I cannot start homeschooling by like 9:30, I will not do homeschool in the morning, and then I will just do homeschool as soon as they wake up from their nap. Yes, my 5 and almost 4-year-old still nap. They still nap every day. So when they wake up from their naps, we'll do homeschool in the afternoon. I'm going to stay on my schedule as much as possible, but sometimes things happen and it's totally okay. There's been days where on a Thursday, I'm busy in the morning and in the afternoon, or Wednesday or Tuesday or whatever, and we will just pick up the next day, and I will homeschool Friday because right now my schedule is Monday through Thursday, so Friday is mostly like an extra day to do things we probably didn't get to do, or a review day where it's more relaxed. But yeah, if I need to skip a day during the week, Monday through Thursday, I will just do it on Friday. So yeah, that's like the beauty of homeschooling. You can do what you want as far as like the schedule goes. Sorry if I'm out of breath. If you guys don't know, I am almost 30 weeks pregnant. Yes. Alright, so I usually like to head up here a little bit before 9. I have a block schedule and it's every 3 hours. So I have an alarm that goes off every 3 hours. So it's kind of like telling me, alright, you have 15 minutes until you have to do the next kind of block. So for me at 8:45 my alarm goes off. So around that time before 9 I try to come up before the kids. Sometimes clean up, sometimes set up, depending on what's going on that day. So let's do Charlotte first since she is the easiest right now. So we start off every day with math. I used to do phonics and reading and all that first, but I realized that it's better to start with math because we will do the day of the month, the day of the week, the day of the month, and the year. So Charlotte will do it like this, and then Jet, she has these three. She already knows the routine now. She takes this out and she knows what to do. So this is just kind of introducing a place value chart. She knows she colors in a box because we're doing one math lesson, and then once she fills it up, she moves it over, so on and so forth. So she does that on her own. I don't really guide her through that. She already knows. And then she also writes in the date, and then I will write the date up here on the board, and then she will write the date, the full date on her own, except for the day of the week. I just have her do the month, the day, and the year. She will also do that on her own. So that's the very first thing that we do. And then the first slot over here is the math stuff. So I just have a folder and the book. So I just have a like post-it in here for where we are. So we're on lesson 14. So this whole gray box, this daily dose, is exactly what I just showed you with all those little books, except for this. There's always a one more, one less number, and it just goes in order. So see, like yesterday's was 13, so today's is 14. So I will just have her get up and get a marker. She already knows to draw 3 lines, and then the middle one has the number that I tell her. Sometimes she needs a little help. Sometimes it just like pops in her head really easily. So we definitely do this kind of together-ish. And then down here, there's always some sort of pattern. So we do this whole like little daily dose box, but like I said, this first part is in those other little books. We do this on the board, and then depending on what this one is, we'll just read it off on the book, or she can do it up there. and then we'll just start with the lesson. So if I didn't mention it already, we are using the Good and the Beautiful curriculum. This is the course book for Math 1, Part 1. It comes with 2 parts, so this is Part 1. We do a lesson a day. So easily we can get through a lesson a day. Sometimes we will not do the bonus activity. Pretty much every lesson has a bonus activity, but we don't always get to that. But we will definitely get through the lesson and the worksheet, and I will use some of the games that it comes with and stuff. So you can kind of read this beforehand. I do sometimes, but for the most part I can kind of like skim it, and then I know what to tell her, and you can kind of say it in your own words and make it a little bit not as, you know, robotic, you know, reading from straight out of the book. When Jet is like writing her date and doing this and all that stuff before we get to these last 2 parts, I will start Charlotte on something. So basically she has her lessons here, and they do have a little bit of number, shapes, sorting, stuff like that, but they're pretty short. So I do like to guide her kind of through these, because I have to tell her like the letter sound and all that stuff, and yeah, so I don't start her on the lessons first, because like I said, they're a little bit more phonics based and a little bit of math. So I'll either have her trace her numbers, or I will do some sort of thing up here for her to match shapes. I also have like color and shape cards, so sometimes I'll have her do that, or I'll have her do this number match. So I'll have her do something simple like that, where I don't really need to sit there and, you know, guide her and stuff. And then when she is done with that, I'll have her do a couple of math lessons on her ABC Mouse. So I'll have her do that. By the time she's done with that, with like some sort of tracing, matching, and then this, she's ready for a break. By then, me and Jet are probably on her worksheet and finishing up. So then by the time Jet's done, I'll have Jet take a little break. I'll clean up, kind of go over the phonics stuff, take everything out that I'll need, blah, blah, blah. And then I'll call her back over. And I just keep Sissy's folder there. She can grab it herself. And then the next is the course book for level K. So this is kindergarten level. This one is not kindergarten level. It is level 1 technically. I mean, I would assume that means like 1st grade. She passed the level K math 100%. So I was like, okay, well, I have to get the level 1. Like, I didn't want to get the level K and then her breeze through it, and then I would just have to buy the level 1 anyway. So yeah, math level 1, and then the phonics is level K. So it is phonics, reading, spelling, literature, grammar and punctuation, and art appreciation. So I have several little tabs on this one, just because there are several areas that I go to in the book. This is where we are right now. So today is actually like an assessment day. So we just finished doing all, let me see, I had part E, so all 5 parts of number 5 of lesson number 5. We just finished that yesterday. So now I have to administer this assessment to her. I'm not sure if she's going to pass it. She's been doing really well. She does have about 6-7 books now that she's gotten to, but we'll see. So I'm anticipating that she will not pass it today. We will review A through C possibly, and then tomorrow we'll review D and E, and then I will give her the assessment again, and then she'll probably pass it. So that's how it's been kind of working as far as these lessons that have 4 or 5 different parts. I usually will give her the assessment, and then she won't pass it. We'll review, and then she'll pass it after that. It's kind of the best way I've seen, where she can kind of really learn the material. So sight words, she has already passed these 2 columns, so it gives you really clear directions in here. Have the child practice 1 to 2 charts each day. So I do 2 charts a day for her. I do not help her. I guide her. I'll kind of tell her if she can sound something out or not, but I will, it's totally up to her to do these. I do have her do sight words on the ABC Mouse, but for the most part, she does two columns. So like I said, she already did these two. I made a copy of that picture. So it's really cute when they master a column. It tells them, here, color the cow, color the goat, and here's the picture. So since I am planning to use this for next year for Sissy, I didn't want to obviously have her write all over this book. So I make a lot of copies of stuff that I need her to write on. So that's why she has colored the cow and the goat. I also have a tab here because we are reading this poem every day, and it is for poetry memorization. So it kind of gives you a little reasoning why they like to incorporate memorization for poetry and why spend time on poetry memorization. So right now we're doing a matter of taste. What does your tongue like the most? Chewy meat or crunchy toast? A lumpy bumpy pickle or tickly pop? A soft marshmallow or a hard lime drop? Hot pancakes or a sherbet freeze? Celery noise or quiet cheese? Or do you like
pizza more than any of these?
She loves it. It's a really cute, like, funny little poem. So we do that. So I read a line, she repeats. I read a line, she repeats, etc., etc. Okay, so we're all done. We do still have handwriting to do, and then I do have them do a Spanish like book that'll read to them, but they do handwriting every day. So those are things that they can do more informally. I don't have them sit here and do them. We do just what I've already kind of shown you guys up here. Jet also reads 2 books a night before bed, so it depends on how many she's gotten that week. Sometimes there's been a couple of lessons where she gets 2 books, but there's most lessons she only gets 1. So it does suggest in the curriculum to have them read each book on 3 different days. So we just alternate books, preferably starting with the newer ones and then having her read an older book. And so yeah, so she does that for our like nighttime routine, like after bath time and brushing teeth and all that. Me or Ramses will sit down and have her read one of her books. And then as far as hands-on projects and like science, geography, I am still honestly like figuring that out. I did do some research and wrote down some life science for plants and animals and life science of like people, and it's just like topics that I feel like would be age appropriate for her. So right now I'm just trying to figure out how to incorporate these. So yeah, that's definitely still more in the planning stages of when I'm going to start integrating that. So yeah, I think that's it, guys. So if you guys have any other video recommendations, go ahead and leave them down below, and I will see you guys in my next video.
Bye!
Bye!
Bye!